Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card, voted Best Bank Credit Union and Best Debit Card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Weekly with head coach Sean Miller. Cats are headed for the Pac-12 Tournament in Las Vegas. Starting on Thursday, they'll face either Colorado or Washington State in Arizona's first game. The Cougars and Buffaloes will play on Wednesday. Before we get to that, Coach, congratulations. Great end of the season, beating Arizona State, your rival on the road. Never easy to go on the road, never easy in a rivalry game. Tell us about, in particular, the work on the glass that helped your team win that game.
Well, that's right, Brian. The difference in rebounding, whether it be rebounding margin, very seldom do you have 50 rebounds in one game, and that's what we did, and we used our size to our advantage. And when you play against a team like ASU, who does an excellent job themselves of playing small, using the three-point line to their advantage, playing mismatch basketball on offense, that you just can't get away from the actual advantages that we have, and that is our size around the basket, our ability to get to the free throw line and use our offensive rebounding to do both. And we were able to do that, and I credit our team for following the script and our big guys doing a great job. Raleigh in particular, 15 rebounds in 26 minutes as well, and for a guy who doesn't play inside, I think that says a lot about his talent.
Arizona State attempted 23 three-point shots in that ball game. Your team all season long has been an outstanding perimeter defensive team. Was that one of the plus sides of actually holding them to 23 attempts?
Right, and we had a lot of evidence for our team, because in game one when we played ASU, we did a really good job in the first half here at McHale of defending the three-point line. They might have missed a couple open ones. That usually is the case, but they were 0 for 9 at the half, and we held them to 25 points. We had a big margin. In the second half here at McHale, they made 10 threes, 10 for 18, and they scored 50 points on us. So it was a tale of two halves, but a lot of times your team feels that. And I think reflecting back on game one like we did, I think we clearly knew that if you let them get three-point shots, that they're capable of beating anybody, in particular at home against us. So we ended up finishing the regular season in the Pac-12 as a #1 three-point field goal defensive team. That's one of our team's strengths, and we had that as a strength in the ASU game.
All right, well, congratulations on a conference championship, 4th in 8 years for you at Arizona. So your team's 27-4, headed to the tournament. Where, in a nutshell, is your team right now as we go into Pac-12 play in Las Vegas?
Well, I think we have good balance. There are times where we're very good on offense, and there are times when we're very good on defense. And if we want to be great and really find success here in March, Brian, one of those two has to take off. I think we have to go from being good in both areas to great. And if we could hit it on both areas, awesome. Any coach would take that. But, I'm not sure which one can take off for us. I think we're capable of both. But, for example, on offense, we've really learned to play with 10 turnovers or less, which is a great characteristic. But I don't know if we've been hitting on all cylinders, shooting the ball with Lowry and Alonzo together, really since they came together 12 games ago. I just feel like we have another level we can attain offensively, especially with the ability to shoot the three-point shot. And then defensively, we've had our moments, and even in the ASU game, I thought we had great stretches of great team defense. But, we have breakdowns once in a while where we don't protect the rim, or maybe we don't communicate as well as we're capable of. But I think we're close to being able to really put it together. For us, I think it's about just continuing to stay on the quest of improving. I know that sounds funny because we're in March and everything's about the next game, but we do have shoot-arounds, we do have practices, we do have preparation, and we have enough talent. And I think we've shown ourselves enough throughout the season that, it's about trying to attain greatness in one of these two areas. And if we do, then I think we're capable of going on long runs and in a long streak of winning.
When you are on the go, you need your credit union to be right there with you. Hughes Federal Credit Union makes your life easier, offering tools to organize your finances and keep your payments up to date and you on track for your future. You also want a financial institution you can trust and cares about the things you do. For 60 years, Hughes has called Southern Arizona home and has given back to our community, investing in the causes that make our area a better place to live. Isn't that who you want as your financial partner?
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your Wildcat spirit with a U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Well, the biggest announcement of the week was Sean Miller being named Pac-12 Coach of the Year. Congratulations on that. Well-deserved, your third time since coming to the U of A. But this has not been an easy season by any means, and you've chronicled it before. This team's gone through a lot of bumps in the road, more than many teams in the past. So why has this team been able to play as well as it has, considering what it's gone through?
Well, thank you, Brian, for the Coach of the Year. Mention when you win the Coach of the Year, it sounds like you're almost supposed to thank everybody, but in this case, I really mean it because of what you talked about, the injuries, the Alonzo Trier situation of missing 19 games, and just the plethora of injuries. This isn't one player. This is from August on. It takes a great coaching staff to manage that. It takes a great trainer and a strength coach. Chris Rounds and Justin Kokoski, our strength and conditioning coach and our trainer, are two of the best in college basketball, and they're a real part of our coaching staff. I look at them almost as assistant coaches, and the three full-time assistant coaches, they never get as much credit as they deserve because, in large part, they're the group that brings these players to Arizona. And our graduate assistants who work endlessly in the summer and in the fall and in the spring, especially as we travel as a coaching staff, recruiting, and it's our managers who, we have managers that work around the clock. So when you get the Coach of the Year or you have a championship season, you really start to reflect on how much quality you have from the bottom to the top. The bottom meaning just maybe the ones that aren't mentioned, the top meaning the guy who gets the most credit, which is myself. So, the University of Arizona, when you go above and beyond just our coaching staff, Brian, and the things that I've mentioned, how it feels to play a home game at McHale, how it feels when we travel and you hear the U of A chant. We have a lot of things working together to make us the best we can be. And, Greg Burns no longer here, but he set us up for great success, as did the administration. And, with Dave Hickey coming on board, this is a time for me to really thank everybody because there's really not anybody that's a part of our organization, including yourself, Matt Enzer, that aren't excellent in what they do. And, you talk about it takes a village to raise a person, in college basketball to really reach the pinnacle of success. You have no room for error where any part of your organization, if it's weak, I don't think you can attain what we've attained this year. So to answer your question thoroughly, it wasn't one thing or one person, it was everybody. And then you finally reflect on the actual team, and I've talked a lot about this, whether it's Kadeem Allen, who's our only senior, who's been a rock for us, or our freshman class, which a lot of times they bring drama in addition to talent. This year they haven't really brought the drama, they've just brought the talent. It's allowed us to be where we're at, and hopefully we have a number of weeks still ahead of us.
All right, so if you could reach onto the shelf there and grab that magic bottle of how to win 3 games in 3 days, is there a key, a secret to taking a conference tournament?
In this year's conference tournament, because of who I think we're going to play if we advance and take care of business, or maybe who we project to play in the first round, and you never know, rebounding is the word. We can't afford to not bring that as a strength. One of the reasons that we're going to be really good on defense is we can't give teams second shots. And when we get that first shot defensive rebound, it leads to transition, which I think fuels a lot of great things for us on offense. Conversely, when we miss shots on offense, we have the ability to get second shots, big moments, big second shots, whether it's Raleigh or whether it's Doosan and Chance as big centers, certainly Lowry, who's becoming more and more physical, Keanu off the bench, rebounding. How great of a rebounding team can we be in this tournament? I think if we can grade ourselves with an A in that area, that gives us the best chance to win the first game and then the best chance to go as far as we can.
All right, well, Wildcats will open play on Thursday night at the Pac-12 Tournament in Las Vegas, and that'll do it for Wildcat Weekly.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the free U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.